few months ago, I joined a beginner-friendly Pathfinder 2 game on a fairly large Discord server. The server wasn't dedicated to tabletop games, it just had a space set aside for us. GM Amy is patient and happy to explain the rules, and the group meshed very well together. Sadly, one of the players had to drop due to a scheduling change at work. We were about halfway through the module, so we took a brief hiatus until Amy found us a new player. She did a session 0 with the guy, but no one else in the game had met him yet. Game day rolled around, and Amy warned us that the new guy was running a little late. She said she'd work on some extra prep work while we waited, but we were welcome to talk freely. The three of us were chatting when the stranger joined the call. Ooh. At first, we thought he was the new guy, but it quickly became obvious that this guy was lost. Hey bro, Fortnite and Among Us are down the hall that way, just hang a right when you see the sign. He asked if we were the new D&D game. Nope, Pathfinder. Amy noticed the new person and happily answered his questions while we were waiting. The stranger asked if he could play. Amy said no. She was running a beginner-friendly module designed to teach players the game and was designed for 4 players. She couldn't adjust the difficulty with no notice. He asked if he could watch our game instead. There were some awkward and reluctant comments, but no one said no. Yeah, someone else is gonna say no, right? One of you is gonna say, oh no, we're all gonna, okay, yeah, we're stuck with him, cool. So Amy said he could watch for as long as the group approved. When new guy Greg showed up, we all introduced our characters to him. The stranger made comments and suggested changes even though he kept talking like we were playing D&D. Everyone rejected and ignored his suggestions. If you're observing a game, unless you are invited openly by another player being like, hey, what do you think, observer? Don't fucking talk. Amy began narrating the previous player giving the party his daily buff before he left. The stranger interrupted and talked over Amy a few times during her narration. New guy Greg asked who the stranger was. Before anyone else could answer, the stranger said he was hopefully going to be joining our group. Amy corrected this and repeated her previous comments about the module being designed for 4 players. A player was having technical issues, so I began streaming my screen and controlling their character for them to help Amy out. The stranger asked if he could roll dice for the players so he could feel included and asked to play an NPC. Amy rejected both ideas and asked him to mute his mic. He said he'd be quiet. He lied. About an hour in, Amy summoned a mod to the channel. Yes! Although an hour in is way too late. Since the server wasn't dedicated to tabletop games, a game master didn't have any moderation control and she couldn't remove the stranger. She could only ask him to stop. Even with the mod watching, the stranger couldn't keep quiet. He kept making comments and mumbling about various issues, sometimes hitting the push to speak button repeatedly so he could sigh dramatically. The mod kicked the stranger from the call for us, but stayed for the rest of the game just in case we needed it. Unlike the stranger, the mod was a great observer. Never made a peep.